Owen, I suppose, the first game this is since that defeat in Munster. I mean, it must have been a long 2 weeks for the squad.
Yeah, obviously we know the Munster performance wasn't good enough from 1 to 23. We didn't replicate what the Ospreys was about, and we didn't deliver what we said we were going to deliver. But obviously we've had a good 2 weeks to review that and prepare for Benetton this weekend. So I think we've had 2 good weeks of training, and the boys are ready to go on Saturday now.
Yeah, do you sense from the squad that there's a need and a desire to show a reaction from that disappointment?
100%. The whole squad was disappointed with how we performed, and the review was tough, which we definitely needed. But boys have been positive and really bounced back, so it's down to us to perform on the weekend.
In terms of those chances of reaching the top 8, 4 games remaining, is this a must-win, realistically?
Yeah, for us, from now until the end of the season, obviously every league game is a must-win. We need 4 or 5 points from every game, and we've made that clear to the group, so they know what's expected from each individual to make that happen.
Do you think it will come down to the regional derbies in terms of deciding who gets those places in the end? Because you know Cardiff have got some tough games, for example, to come themselves.
Yeah, it may well come down to sort of Judgment Day. But like I said, we focus on each game as it comes. We know we've got a job to do this weekend, and once we get the job done, then we can sort of focus on the next team we're playing.
Is it fair to say though that the season now perhaps more about the Champions Cup, and Saracens in April, the last 16?
Yeah, we also.
That's the main focus, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we know we're going for that this year. Obviously, the boys done well to get us through to the round of last 16. But like I said again, every game for us is a cup final. We have to win, regardless how we do it. We just need to get 4 or 5 points from each game now.
Of course, it's been a tough time for players in Wales at the moment. Dwayne Peel this week saying that contracts were starting to be offered to the Scarlets, despite a formal agreement with the PRB not officially signed yet. But what is the state of play with Ospreys players in that regard at the moment?
Yeah, I think obviously for each region, I think it has progressed, which obviously the first players is great to see. But obviously it's only progressed so far, so it's down to us now to just focus on the rugby. There's not much more we can do, but obviously performing and winning obviously helps everything.
Has it been an unwelcome distraction, all of this for players?
Obviously it does play on players' minds. You can't avoid that, and you can't blame them for it affecting them. But it's only so much you can use that excuse. I think it is tough for every player. It is really hard, but on the weekend you've got a job to do, and that's our main focus this week.
Owen, thanks very much and good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Owen, it's Mark Orders.
Hi mate.
How difficult has it been for you to be injured at this time,
Yeah, obviously it was frustrating to miss from sort of end of November till the last 2 weeks. Obviously the Christmas derbies and Champions Cup games are the ones you really want to be involved in, and for myself it's frustrating to miss that and sort of put my hand up then for Six Nations selection. But I thought as an Ospreys group, boys delivered week in, week out. Sort of the vibe in the squad and around the environment was great, and that's what we want. And with the international boys gone away, we want to try and keep that sort of spirit in the squad and that winning momentum as well.
How are you feeling now? You underwent surgery, didn't you?
Yeah, in start of December I think it was, but yeah, I'm fully fit. I had my first game against Munster, which was obviously disappointing one to come back to, but yeah, looking forward to this weekend. As a team we can turn it around, I think.
No, what did happen in Munster? It was kind of carnage, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, I think like I said, we didn't deliver what we said we were gonna. We were physical without the ball. We were making poor decisions defensively, and then with the ball then we wasn't very accurate, and I think it got to a point where we were probably trying a bit too hard to make things happen. We were overcommitting to breakdowns and trying things that wasn't in our system. But like I said, we've reviewed that. Boys know where we went wrong, and we're looking to put that right on Saturday.
And Simon did touch on it, but the contract situation. With yourself, you're out of contract, aren't you, this summer?
No, I got no.
Is that right?
No, I'm not out of contract. No.
Oh, you're not.
I'm
you're
not.
right.
No.
Sorry, a website that I picked it up on earlier. But yeah, was it? And settling ahead of that Munster game, the storm was really raging then, wasn't it?
Yeah, obviously there was a lot going on, a lot of distraction for the boys, and like as a team, we just got to sort of galvanise around each other. A lot of boys are in the same boat, so the more we can sort of support each other and deliver on the rugby side, it makes everything a lot easier then.
And you're sort of, should we say, medium-term future and beyond, really, you know. Do you see it with the Ospreys, Owen?
Yeah, for me, I'd like to commit for long-term again. I mean, I love the club. I've been here since I was 16, 17. This is a team that's developed me to obviously make international honours, and the squad and the coaching staff here, we've got a real good group, and obviously I'd like to stay here as long as possible.
And you're looking for, you know, a sort of strong finish to the season now to put yourself back in the Wales frame, I guess.
Yeah, like as a club, we won a Champions Cup. We really want to kick on in that and sort of climb the table with the league. And obviously, if we're all performing well, it makes it a lot easier for us to put our hands up for international selection then.
What have you made of Joe's performances, you know, with Wales?
Yeah, he's going well. He's still obviously a really young man. It's good for him to get so much experience so young, and he's got a great skill set, a great footballer. So yeah, I think obviously it'd be good when he comes back. There's so much competition in the centres. It'd be good for us all to really. We all won that 12-13 jersey, so there'd be loads of competition, which is good for the club and obviously Wales then.
And potentially, I don't know what the lineup would be, but potentially you could have Kieran on hand this week as well.
Yeah, so Kieran's hopefully back with us this week. Obviously, it's a massive added bonus for us. He went away for the Six Nations playing really well for the club, and to have him back obviously would be a massive help. And for us as a backline, knowing what sort of front football we're going to get with him is great.
Yeah, he's a sort of a unique kind of player, isn't he? In some ways, he's quite small and compact, and yet he always makes ground on the game line.
Yeah, his little legs go like hell, to be fair to him. But yeah, we know with Keith, if he's getting the ball, he's getting us going forward, and that's what we're sort of there for. And I think definitely for him being in the Six Nations squad, it's a benefit for him developing as an individual. He's a great guy and a great player to have in our squad, so looking forward to playing with him this weekend.
And last question really, what are you expecting from Benetton this weekend?
We know they got potentially a lot of boys away, obviously with Italy, but whatever individual they put out there, they can score some nice tries. They're not the team they used to be. They are a very tough team to beat. But as us, we can only control what we can do, and we've had a really good preparation now leading to the weekend.
Good luck, mate. Hope it goes well for you.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi Owen, Simon here. Just a couple of quick ones. It strikes me that you had kind of injury quite early on in your career, which you had to come back from, but kind of recent years you've had a good run. So how do you kind of deal with being out? Because I guess it's part and parcel of the job, but I guess everyone deals with it differently. What's it been like for you the last 3 or 4 months?
Yes, it is very frustrating because, like for me, Ospreys having huge success in the Champions Cup with Montpellier, Leicester. And like I was unfortunate not to be involved because of the injury, so you do feel like you're missing out, but on the other hand you've got to do what's best for the team. So for me then I was looking at the opposition scrum attack, see what they bring to the table, and obviously presenting that to the boys. So you have got a part to play when you're not involved or you're injured, but like I said, it is difficult, but it just sort of motivates you to get back as quick as you can.
You're still a very young man, Owen, but you touched there on the kind of analysis and coaching side of it. Is that something in the long run that you'd be interested in going into?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think for me now is just concentrating on the playing. But like I said, whatever sort of the injured boys can do now, you've got your Derry Lakes that's injured, your Gareth Anscombe's there sort of helping us boys. Whatever they can do off the field to prepare us, they're doing, which is, I think that's sort of the environment we've created here in the Ospreys.
Although it's been frustrating, I guess you've got the business end of the season to look forward to now. It's quite tight in terms of being the top Welsh team. You mentioned Europe there, so there's still a lot to play for, I guess, for you personally and for the team. Yeah,
for me personally, obviously I want to be involved in every game, especially the Saracens away game. It's a big historic moment for the club, which we'll all be really excited for. But yeah, as a team we need to perform and deliver week in, week out now, and so we ain't got any second chances left. We've got to deliver every game and get that result.
Yes, I mean, Saracens or Ospreys in Europe brings back memories for people of my generation, but I suppose the point about it is once it gets to that knockout stage, you're smelling kind of the real latter stages of the competition, aren't you?
Yeah, and I think in a cup game it can go either way, and I think as a team we're sort of renowned now for we'll keep fighting, we'll hang in there, and I think that's just the sort of the work we put in on a daily basis in training. We go to like uncomfortable places, and obviously games like these series games we're going to have to find a way to win.
And lastly from me, I mean, obviously when you're away you have time to think. When you consider your own game, and you know, very experienced now, but I mean, are there still areas of the game, your own game, that you want to improve on, things that you still focus on in particular? Yeah,
definitely for me, I think the more I can get my hands on the ball, that's what I'm working on. I want to get my hands on the ball as much as I can and have sort of one-on-ones, because I think the more often I can get one-on-ones, the more opportunities I can create for myself and other people around me, and that's sort of my main work ongoing work on this season.
Hungry to play and hungry for the ball then?
Yeah, trying to get back out there now.